Here are 10 of the best money making methods on the Donut SMP. You definitely have not seen some of these methods before, so I would watch all the way until the end. This video will be perfect for all types of Donut SMP players, whether you are just starting out or already have millions of dollars. The first method is to buy quartz from the shop, craft it into blocks, and then sell it on the auction house. But you might be wondering, why would somebody buy quartz blocks from the auction house if they can buy it from the shop for cheaper? Well, the real answer is because Donut SMP players have the IQ of villagers. No joke, some people just don't realize that they can buy this from the shop, so they will just buy it from the auction house instead. Although, if this video gets really popular, many players will not fall for this anymore. And to prove that this method actually works, here you can see that I bought 4 stacks of nether quartz for $960 each. Then I crafted them into a stack of quartz blocks and then listed them on the auction house for 20k each. Here in my transaction history, you can see that I sold all these quartz blocks. Another thing that you can sell from the shop is nether wart. You can simply buy stacks of nether wart and then sell them on the auction house. As you can see, someone bought a stack of nether wart for 10k when I only bought them from the shop for 1000. The next money making method is selling dried kelp. If you didn't know, dried kelp sells for $12, which is more than sweet berries and pumpkins, making it one of the most profitable items to sell. If you have a really massive kelp farm, you should definitely smelt it into dried kelp. To smelt your kelp, you can RTP into the nether dimension and just pick up a bunch of shulkers worth of lava. Or if you are too lazy, you can use dried kelp blocks to fuel the smokers, making it an infinite cycle. If you don't have a kelp farm, I'll link a tutorial in the description for the most efficient one for the Donut SMP. Many people believe that you can't build a slime farm on the Donut SMP as you don't know where the slime chunks are. However, in the 1.21 update, Mojang added the oozing potion to Minecraft. Basically, how the potion works is whenever a mob dies with the oozing effect, it will then turn into a slime. With this new mechanic, you can design farms like this that utilize killing snow golems to produce slimes when they die. To prove that this farm works on Donut SMP, I've built one right here, and this is a short clip showing the farm in action. All I have to do is create a bunch of snow golems, and then when I flick this lever, they are going to start dying and converting into slimes. Just look at the number of slimes that are spawning, and that's only from a few snow golems. Here is how much slime I have made while recording some clips for this video, and just imagine how much I can get in just a few more minutes. Slime can be sold on the auction house for a very high price, since it can be used for many types of automatic farms and in sticky pistons. I'll leave the link for the tutorial down in the description below if anybody wants to build this one too. I have another method that is good for beginners, and it involves crafting things and then selling them on the auction house. Some of the best things to craft are redstone materials, as everybody on the server is building large farms, and most of them are just too lazy to craft the materials themselves. Even if you don't have any of the materials to craft the item, you can simply buy the raw resources from the auction house and then craft it yourself. In this clip here, I'm trying to craft hoppers, so all I have to do is buy 5 stacks of iron and 2 stacks of wood logs, for a total expense of 30k. Now I can sell the stack of hoppers for $1 less than market price. So since the lowest one on the market right now is 60k, I will price mine at 59k so it sells faster. And in just a couple of minutes, I sold these hoppers for 59k and making a total profit of 30k. Another cheap item to craft is redstone repeaters. People are again just too lazy to craft them. So you can price one single redstone repeater for as much as 30k on the auction house. That's a total profit of $1.9 million if you sell an entire stack of repeaters. And for proof that this method actually works, you can see my auction house transaction history. There are so many other items you can craft and sell, but I found that the most profitable ones are sticky pistons, dispensers, hoppers, redstone repeaters, and redstone comparators. Making money on Donut SMP couldn't have been any easier, as there is a new command /orders. Basically, players can request items that they want for a price, and other players can fulfill the orders for money. So, if you have any type of crop farm, you might want to listen in closely. Instead of using the typical /sell to get money from your crops, you should complete other players' orders for money, as they will often pay you a lot more than if you just used /sell. Some of the best crop farms to make are sweetberry, pumpkin, sugarcane, cactus, cocoa beans, wheat, potatoes, and carrots. Just beware of scams on the ordering system, as many players will try to confuse you by putting the price as the number of items they want. Just to prove that people fall for these scams, I set up one myself, and you can see that many people gave me free netherite helmets and other loot. So make sure when you are completing orders, you click the cauldron until you see it saying most money per item. Another way to make a bunch of money is by completing orders such as potions. In this clip here, someone is wanting a bunch of Turtle Master potions. So all I have to do is make an automatic potion brewer and then sell the potion for 20k. And in just a few minutes, I had made $500,000 from selling Turtle Master potions. Enchanting gear and then selling it on the auction house is by far the fastest way to get rich. Even if you don't have a villager base, you can either use an enchant table or use /orders to buy the books that you are missing. However, if you're willing to spend some time grinding a villager base like the one I have here, then this will speed up the process and will allow you to make even more profit. Start by rerolling librarian villagers until you have good PvP enchantments. If you need emeralds but don't want to buy them off of the auction house, here is a super easy way to get some. You can turn some of your villagers into butchers as they will trade sweet berries and raw meat for emeralds. Alright chat, so one of my viewers just showed me this and it's a villager trading hall, but if you guys didn't know, these butcher villagers here can actually sell sweet berries. So 10 sweet berries for 1 emerald. And emeralds actually are super rare on the servers. Just look how expensive people will buy emeralds for. Like, they're really expensive. So you can basically just trade your berries for emeralds and then sell the emeralds on the auction, or you can use your emeralds for like other things for your trading hall. In addition from this, butcher villagers also can trade raw meat such as raw beef, and if you have a cow spawner, you can get so much raw beef or so much raw pork, and you can sell it to these guys for so much money. So this is also another really good method, and if you already have a trading hall, I would highly recommend you get butcher villagers as well. With the emeralds, start by buying enchantment books so that you can start applying them on diamond armor. You can even build a simple redstone contraption that dispenses EXP bottles, which is easier than breaking your mouse spamming the right click button. Now, just enchant shulkers of enchanted diamond armor or tools, and then sell them on the auction house for millions of dollars. I mentioned this in my last money making method video, but I just want to remind everyone how powerful auction house flipping can be. How it works is that you buy items for a cheap price, and then you sell them for a higher price to make a profit. Now, let me tell you some of the best items to flip for some easy cash. If you want to make money quickly, try buying and reselling bone meal shulker boxes, as everyone is using them to power their automatic berry and sea pickle farms. If you want to make the big bucks, I would suggest flipping more valuable items such as netherite, enchanted golden apples, and even elytras. Flipping these types of items usually takes a few days, so you have to be patient to get the most profit. In this clip here, I find somebody selling an elytra shulker for $95 million. This may seem super expensive, but after doing the math, this means that each elytra in the shulker box is worth $3.5 million. This price is much lower than the market price of an elytra, which at the time of this recording is around $3.8 million. So that means if I sell all of these elytras separately, I can make a 300k profit on every elytra I sell. And since there are 27 elytras in that shulker box, that is $8.1 million in profit. Also, for any really rich people watching, you can do something that I call investing. Basically, buy a bunch of a certain item from the auction house and then sell them on a later date for a profit. For example, elytras are slowly but surely increasing in price, as most of the end cities have already been raided. So, a smart thing to do is buy a bunch of elytras right now, and then a few weeks from now, sell them on the auction house. You can take advantage of the natural inflation of the donut SMP economy and make money from it. This is why I currently have an entire shulker box worth of elytras, because I've kept mine from the very start of the season, and now they're worth like 100 times more than when I originally bought them for. I would only recommend investing in very rare items such as elytras, beacons, netherite ingots, and enchanted golden apples. If you are thinking about building a crop farm on the donutsmp, a sweet berry farm should be the first one you build. One of my viewers teleported me to his giant automatic sweet berry farm that doesn't rely on skeleton spawners. This farm here works by producing a large amount of moss, which funnels through a bunch of composters where it's turned into bone meal. If you can build a bunch of these bone meal farms, you can then connect it to your berry farm and then AFK it 24/7 without having to refill anything. To prove that this farm is one of the best ways to make infinite money, I will be using the sell axe to see how much money I can make from all these double chests here. And while I'm selling these sweet berries, you might as well hit the subscribe button. It's a free way to show your support, and you can always unsubscribe later. And once everything was sold, I had made roughly $10 million from selling those berries. Pretty crazy, right? But if you don't want to spend hours of your life building such a complex farm, there are different types of berry farms that you can make that will still give you a decent amount of money. In this clip here, I showcase a berry farm design that uses foxes. Instead of having a manual kind of berry farm where you have to click, This one is fully AFKable, so that means like the foxes are breaking the sweet berries for you, so you don't have to right click or anything like that. All you need is put bone meal in, and these foxes will do the work for you. I mean, this farm does take a little bit more effort to make, since you have to get the foxes down here. But overall, it's a pretty good investment trying to get these foxes down here. Another design that is the most common, and can be made under 5 minutes, is this one here. So chat, this is one of the best berry farm designs, where you have 2 berries like this, so you get so much more than if you were just to have 1 berry farm that you're clicking. The next farm I would recommend you build is a cactus farm. Alright chat, so this is the next money making method, which is using cactuses. So cactuses actually sell for a lot of money, so worth cactus. Cactuses sell for $8 a piece, and cactuses, how they grow is you don't need any bone meal or anything else. They just grow and then they break, and then you get all of the cactuses. Look at this here. So this is like a really good cactus farm design. I mean, it doesn't need to be this complex, but something like this will work as well. Just look how many cactuses there are. Holy chat, this is a lot of cactuses. Wow. And let's just see how much cactuses there are here. Look at these cactuses, chat. Look how many cactuses here. And they sell for so much, and it's automatic, so you can just AFK. You don't need any bone meal. And yeah, this is a really, really good farm. Since you made it all the way till the end of the video, I'll show you one bonus method that you probably aren't expecting. It's joining my live streams. I literally give millions of dollars away to you guys for free, and all you have to do is come by and watch. Not only do I give money away, but I give away elytras, spawners, and other rare loot. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe with the notification bell turned on, so you get notified whenever I am live. If you have any other good money making methods that not many people know about, leave a comment down below. And YouTube thinks you will like this video here, so you might as well watch it.